Once upon a time, in a cozy little village nestled among rolling hills and whispering forests, there lived a cheerful girl named Red. Everyone called her Little Red because of the bright red cloak she always wore, a gift from her beloved grandmother. Little Red was known for her sunny smile and boundless curiosity. She loved to explore, to play hide-and-seek with the rabbits, and to listen to the stories of old. Her grandmother, who lived on the other side of the deep, dark forest, often told the most enchanting tales. One bright morning, Little Red's mother called her into the kitchen.
"Little Red,"
she said, tucking a basket filled with goodies under her arm.
"your grandmother isn't feeling well. Could you take her this basket of treats? She would surely love some of your ginger cookies and a jar of fresh honey."
Little Red's eyes sparkled with excitement.
Of course, Mama. I'll make sure Grandma gets them right away,
she exclaimed, taking the basket.
"Remember, stay on the path and do not talk to strangers,"
her mother cautioned.
"The forest is beautiful but full of surprises."
With a nod and a promise, Little Red set off on her adventure. The forest welcomed her with rustling leaves and chirping birds. She skipped along the path, humming a merry tune, the sunlight dappling through the tall trees. As she ventured deeper, Little Red couldn't help but notice how the flowers seemed to dance in the breeze. She bent down to smell a wild rose, and that's when she heard a voice.
Well, what do we have here? A little adventurer, I presume?
Said a smooth, sly voice. Startled, Little Red looked up to see a wolf standing on the path, his fur as dark as the midnight sky and eyes twinkling with mischief.
Oh, hello.
Little Red said, forgetting her mother's warning in her excitement.
I'm Little Red. I'm off to see my grandmother. She lives on the other side of the forest.
The forest is a place of many wonders,
the wolf said, his smile wide.
The woods are full of secrets waiting to be discovered.
Little Red's eyes gleamed with curiosity.
What kind of secrets?
She asked.
Oh, many things,
the wolf said slyly.
Hidden paths, enchanted clearings, talking trees and flowers that sing at night.
The idea of talking trees and singing flowers delighted Little Red.
Can you show me?
She asked eagerly. The wolf nodded, his plan taking shape in his cunning mind.
Of course, but let's make it a game. I'll take the high road and you take the low road. Let's see who can reach your grandmother's house first.
Excited by the challenge, Little Red agreed, and off they went. The wolf darted through the trees, taking a shortcut he knew well, while Little Red ventured off the beaten path, lured by the wonders the wolf had described. As she wandered, Little Red saw the forest in a new light. She discovered a brook with water as clear as crystal, where fishes shimmered like jewels. She found a grove where butterflies danced in a kaleidoscope of colors, and she even stumbled upon a clearing where the trees seemed to whisper ancient tales. But as the sun began to dip lower in the sky, Little Red realized she had strayed far from the path. She remembered her mother's words and her promise to reach her grandmother's house. With a mix of worry and determination, Little Red turned around, trying to find her way back to the path. Meanwhile, the wolf, cunning and quick, had reached the grandmother's house. He knocked on the door with a plan as wicked as his grin. The door to grandmother's cozy cottage creaked open. The wolf, with a sly smile, slipped inside and quickly glanced around. Grandma, wise to the ways of the forest, recognized the danger at once. With a swift move, she slipped out through the back door and ran to seek help from the nearby woodcutters. Meanwhile, the wolf, thinking he had outsmarted them all, put on one of Grandma's nightgowns and a bonnet and cozied up in her bed, pulling the covers up to his chin. Back in the forest, Little Red, realizing the time, picked up her pace. She finally found the familiar path and hurried towards her grandmother's house. As she approached, she noticed the front door slightly ajar, which was unusual.
Grandma?
Little Red called out as she stepped inside, the basket of goodies still in her arms. The sight that greeted her was odd. Her grandmother seemed different.
Oh, Grandma, what big ears you have!
She exclaimed, walking closer.
All the better to hear you with, my dear.
Came the gruff reply from under the covers.
And what big eyes you have!
Little Red said, now standing right beside the bed.
All the better to see you with, my dear,
said the wolf, trying to mimic Grandma's voice.
But Grandma, what big teeth you have!
Little Red gasped, stepping back as the wolf threw off the covers and leaped out of the bed.
All the better to eat you with,
he growled, lunging towards her. Just then, the door burst open, and Grandma rushed in with the woodcutters close behind. With quick thinking and bravery, they chased the wolf away, saving Little Red from his wicked plans.
Oh, Grandma, I'm so sorry! I should have stayed on the path and not talked to strangers.
Little Red cried, hugging her grandmother tightly. Grandma smiled, patting her back.
It's all right, my dear. You are safe, and that's what matters. You have learned an important lesson today.
The woodcutters ensured the wolf wouldn't trouble them again, and peace returned to the little village and the deep, dark forest. From that day on, Little Red was known not only for her bright red cloak, but also for her wisdom and courage. She continued to explore and play, but she always remembered her mother's advice and never strayed from the path or talked to strangers again. And so, Little Red, her grandmother, and all the villagers lived happily ever after, with the tales of Little Red's adventure being told and retold, reminding everyone of the importance of caution and the power of bravery. The end.